How's everybody doing? I've had people before say, "Can you show me something on iPet Goat 2, the famous video?" And I've always said, "I don't know anything about it. It's too confusing. There's too much going on. It's too ambiguous. It's above my head, out of my pay grade of anything the Holy Spirit's ever blessed me with, because that's what true spiritual discernment is." Until today, maybe something has broken through. If I am correct, then it's the Holy Spirit that did it. If I'm wrong, it's just my flesh seeing something and then I got tricked or saw something I wanted to see. So I want to let y'all use your own discernment and make your own decision. I owe somebody an apology. I referred to some people as idiots if they're following, and I know Jim Brown, who's the only preacher I ever found when I went on the search. Once I realized it was election and predestination, man doesn't have any free will. I found one preacher teaching it, and he's like, "Well, when you call somebody an idiot, it's idiot just means this, but should never be name calling is just terrible." So I apologize for saying if you follow Leland Jones and he's telling you the deadly wound um, was healed because Trump's COVID was healed, I said, "You're an idiot." And I apologize. Um, you've just simply been misled, like we all have at one point or another. So, my apologies on that. Before I get into what I think I might have found in iPet Goat 2, do y'all remember the other day talking about I did a YouTube video on Trump cards? Text to Trump 88, just Trump and Gematria. We've shown that a million times. Matter of fact, let's go to the video that I'm talking about. Um, Part A of Trump COVID scam. That was just really a prelude. I got it all in. Um, Let me stop to make sure. Wrong again. It's the Trump Antichrist Part 23 with timeline assassination dates. Well, this iPet Goat 2, I think, has helped me with a timeline assassination date. Prep this. So you see the Trump cards? It's at the very beginning. I really covered that in Trump Antichrist Part 23 with timeline assassination dates. It is 50 minutes, 39 seconds. It might say 40 seconds if we bring it up, which we're going to get into today with the iPet Goat. Because, yeah, see how it says 40? But then when you click it, it goes to 39. iPet Goat 2 is the exact same way, just like so many YouTube videos are. YouTube just does that. You make a video, if it has pretty good length to it. Now, I've noticed if they're short, sometimes it doesn't do that, but it'll state a time. Then when you click it, there's 1 second removed. And that's very crucial and important for this iPad Go 2 we're going to study today. But anyway, these trump cards that I showed you the other day, listen to this this Santa surfing beach broadcast. These are the QAnon people. Now, the other day, she was at 171,000. She's gained that many subscribers. The people that have unfortunately fallen into this QAnon trap, um, just like I fell into a astrology trap, fornication trap, numerology trap. A trap is a trap. I'm caught in a trap. I can't walk. You know, so if the Lord wants you in a trap, now, why does the Illuminati have embarrassment rituals? I thought of this today because of these QAnon people. It's basically, like a cult. I've called it the QAnon cult many times. They don't want to hear that, but I was in an astrology cult. Of course, it wasn't really a cult. It was just a practice. QAnon is nothing more than something orchestrated by the ghost in the machine. And if you want to know what the ghost in the machine is, it is Satan in the technology, in the computer, which is very important to understand when we do this iPet Goat2 breakdown today, because iPet Goat2 is completely produced by artificial intelligence, which is the ghost in the machine, which will eventually be the mark of the beast. I've got a 4-part series on my playlist called AI is the Ghost in the Machine, MOTB, Mark of the Beast. Make sure that you watch that. So just to show you that iPet Goat 2, can a computer do computer animation? Well, that's kind of stupid. Computer animation means it was done by a computer. Okay. Well, then can the ghost in the machine, can artificial intelligence do computer animation? The answer would be yes. I don't care what anybody tells you. The answer is yes. I've told you that the ghost in the machine not only did iPet Goat 2, not only is QAnon, but is, and I'll show you an iPet Goat 2. It literally says in the background, I am Q. The letter I, the letter M, the letter Q are in perfect order in that classroom scene. So we will get to that. So the Spygate lady, though, watch what she says. She sells Trump cards. And I told you, text to Trump 88022 in that other video that I showed you, the one I did the other day, part 23. When you, the 88 is Trump in gematria, and the 022 are the 22 tarot cards. Excuse me, are the 22 Trump cards of the 78 tarot card deck. So listen to her.
20. I want to thank those that did order Trump cards.
I want to thank those that did order Trump cards. She sells Trump cards. I told you she is controlled opposition. Santa, same letters as Satan. Surfing beach. Why beach? Because the beast rises out of the sea. She is a big, all these QAnon people with all these thousands and they're controlled opposition. These people, they're witches. This lady's a witch. There's no telling what all she's got in her house. There's no telling what all covens or what coven she belongs to out there in California, and what her husband is, and so on and so forth. So,
I really do appreciate your supporting the show. And
yeah, yeah. So, anyway, just thought it was quite ironic when we blew her out of the water the other day that she sells Trump cards, which is why I text to Trump 88022, because there's 22 Trump cards in the tarot card deck. Let's get on to iPet Goat 2. I just want to show you how to bring it up. You go to iPet Goat 2 Heliofont. It's going to take you to the Heliofont channel, which I want to subscribe to, because you never know when they might put something out right at the very end, right before everything goes down. And when everything goes down, your electricity is going to go off, or at the very least, your internet's going to go down, because they'll be rioting in the streets when Trump goes down, and they won't want people like me communicating. And I've always thought, yes, that's when they will come for me, because I won't be able to tell anybody. There's a knock at the door. Facebook won't work. YouTube won't work. Internet won't work. Cell phones might even go down. And there they'll be at my door, which, you know, the Trump people have always called 10 days of darkness or whatever. They're like, well, they're rounding up. Yeah, they'll be rounding up people that have been telling the truth. So you go to Heliofont, you go to the channel. Now notice it says that it's 728 long. But when you click it, it's 727, of course. Now, in my life, July 27th has always been a very specific date of birth or birth date of somebody that's passed away. That they were very special in my life for a lot of different reasons, and birthday of somebody else that is now, let's just say, it plays a key role in my life. And I was stunned when I saw that it was 727, but that's personal. So this video, let's not make it too weird. Let's just let's just show you what I found today when I was searching. What would be half of 728 and 727? Well, it's going to have to be 6. You're going to have to go 3 minutes and 3 minutes, which will equal 6. But you got a minute and 27 seconds left. So, and that's going to give you 87 seconds. That's a minute and 27 or a minute and 28. Because remember, there's 2 different times for this iPad Go2. When you click it, it's 727. So what's half of 87? '27 plus 60 is 87. 28 makes it 88. What's half of 88? Well, 44 or 43. There's 43 and there's 44. There's 42. There's 43. The exact middle. Now, you know, if an artificial intelligent, which is nothing more than a ghost in the machine, so a fallen angel entity, which I will tell you is Satan already in the computer, has done this, then the halfway point, would it be meaningful? There's 43. It appears it was not at 42, remember? 43 would be one of the 2 halfway points. 44 would be one, well, at 45, it's gone. There's 44. It's there. It's only there at the 43 and 44 mark. So 2 different seconds give you the halfway point. What are you looking at? I think what I'm looking at is the Day of the Dead, Halloween. Now let's figure out why. The Day of the Dead, 2020.
Day of the Dead in United States will begin on Saturday, October 31st, 2020, and ends on Monday, November 2nd.
Full moon on October 31st. It's a blue moon. A blue moon, I was always told, just means it's a second full moon in a calendar month. Well, yeah, and it says it right there. Blue moon because of second full moon. Okay. So Halloween, blue moon 2020. Well, why was Halloween always Halloween? Halloween could have been on any day. Why did they choose to put it on the 2020 Halloween full moon? I think this has always been the plan, quite possibly. Now, do I think something is going to occur on October 10th? Now, it might not be anything we see or know. but the movie Tenet is 1010 spelled forwards and backwards, Tenet. And that title, that word, is a group of words that are all spelled frontwards and backwards. And we'll try to remember to do that at the end. I don't want to bore you with it now. Let's try to stick to the subject. So the Day of the Dead. Let's just do an image for Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead. That way I
Day of the Dead in United States will begin on Saturday, October 31st, 2020, and ends on Monday, November 2nd.
Okay, I wanted to remove the 2020 because when I go to images, I just wanted what it had for Day of the Dead. Well, you see what they have. And you see what you get with Pet Goat2. Now look at the look on her face after she sees this. Bummed out. If Trump goes down on that day, I don't set dates. Good grief, that's the worst thing in the world you could ever do. Because then you've just thrown away anything you've ever said or taught before. I'm just saying this is a high watch date. This is what I'm getting from Pet Goat2. Again, they could be misleading. Purposefully misleading me down or anybody down wrong rabbit holes. Somewhere, though, they are giving the absolute correct clue. Somewhere they are. Because they have to. And because they get spiritual satanic powers from their predictive programming. Let's continue. So you get the idea of the Day of the Dead, for instance. Whoops. I don't want to go to a website. I just want to look at pictures. Over here, you start getting the pictures. See the Day of the Dead? Let's freeze it there where he's really blown up. Okay. Now you go to the James Bond where it opened out with the Day of the Dead. I believe it's the beginning of Spectre. You know I'm going to be wrong. Okay, there was Spectre, and what was the other one? La 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 la. The last two. Oh, let's just go with opening of Spectre. Opening scene Spectre, Mexico City. Well, that's it then. They're celebrating the Day of the Dead. And when it begins, one of them begins Spectre opening scene. Let me find the correct one because one of them gives you the exact opening as per the movie. So I want to find it so you get the drums and all that because it's pretty intense. All right, so I'm going to turn up the volume for you. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume. And let's blow it up. I've done this before on one of my Trump Antichrist videos, but hey, this is about Pet Goat2, man. Still don't hear the drums very loud. In a TV though, or in a movie theater, it really pumps. Then it says the dead. And then it says are alive. First it just says the dead with the first drum beat. This is the Day of the Dead celebration from Pet Goat2 and from James Bond. And I've shown y'all and proven to y'all that James Bond, I just got through watching Enter the Stars today. I think it was Enter the Stars, or no, golly, it was not. It was one of my favorite. It doesn't have a lot of subscribers. Phineas, I forget, but man, you never hear anybody's voice. So I'm always wondering if a lot of these sites are artificial intelligence, where they're just giving us clues because they have to. But the dead are alive. When Trump is dead, he will be alive. Just like we've shown you in that Bible verse, where the eighth was of the seventh in Revelation 17, talking about the Antichrist, where it's a pretty confusing Bible verse until you really understand what it's saying. Because Trump, it will be a clone that gets hit or a body double of somebody that, I don't know, just volunteered for it. No, we're just told. See, these people, though, they will die for the cause. So would it be a body double? Would it be his twin? I think they showed us cloning two different ways in predictive programming in the final Star Wars, which you knew there would be clues in the final Star Wars. They said the Emperor is alive, and they were saying this cannot be. He was dead. And they said, no, it's true. Cloning, dark sciences. The Siths knew how to do it. And in the movie The Prestige, that's what Tesla was doing, was cloning. And the same director that did The Prestige did the Batman trilogy. And of course, Trump is Batman. And it was the same director and the same actor. It was Christian Bale, Bale on Christianity, and Christopher Nolan. You know, Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan. No coincidences, guarantee you. So the Day of the Dead, when you start to look at it, there you go. Interesting. I'm trying to see if there's any similarities. Like he's blowing that out. He's got a cigar. He had that. Top hat? Top hat. Wow. Duh. Y'all all saw that before I did because I'm stupid. Telling you, man. I was pretty slow in school. I did okay. I got a master's degree, okay? But it wasn't that difficult. I was persistent, and I didn't get it till I was older in life. Okay, so they both got top hats. Y'all all saw that before I did. Thank you. So I think we're looking at the Day of the Dead, which is at the exact middle, which would be the exact turning point. Now let's watch what continues to happen. We know that when the Antichrist goes down, what happened in the movie The Dark Knight Rises? He went into the pit. Dark Knight Rises, climbing out of the pit. Been showing this a lot lately, haven't I?
This is the new.
So you see him climbing out of the pit. It's pretty obvious. And then later on, of course, he's rising out of the pit. The Dark Knight rises. Now he's out of the pit. Let's just put it all together in case it's your first time. For y'all that, you know, like Jamie in Louisiana. Sorry, you've seen all this a million times. Or my friend Lori, or my friend Carl, or Angel. And I think it was, who is that I needed to apologize to, who I apologized to today? 2020, something 2020. But, you know, it was actually two people. One of them might have unfollowed me, which that happens. But here's Trump saying he's Batman.
Yes.
Mr. Trump.
Yes.
Yes. Like this isn't staged. And by the way, this is his own YouTube site. It's called Trump Ownership.
Are you Batman?
I am Batman.
He is Batman. He is the Dark Knight that will rise. He is the billionaire from Gotham. The QAnon people, they're saving children under the city. Batman, what happened? The children went under the city from the Wayne Foundation. His kids, and it was about, saving them too. Well, when he disappeared in the movie The Dark Knight Rises, I don't want to waste your time. Hang on. The American flag, that took this from the movie The Dark Knight Rises. The American flag is shredded. What are they showing you? America's fallen. Fallen, 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 fallen. Now in Pet Goat2, the flags get ripped before this middle Day of the Dead potential assassination point. And I think war breaks out then too, because when I just sat down to watch it today out of curiosity, and my friend Lori had watched it for the first time, which was just a crazy coincidence because we tell each other we're like each other's brother and sister, and we have the same birthday, which birthdays mean nothing to me. I am going to do one, folks, on birthdays are pagan. Sorry about that. It's been tough. It's tough. My grandson just turned 8 and I didn't get him anything. I called him. Well, he needed to know that I loved him because he doesn't understand. But I just said, hey, you're 8. I did not say the words happy birthday to him. I just won't do it. And that's a long story. And I'll do a separate Bible study on that. But it just has something. Long story short, they never celebrated Jesus's birthday. They just celebrated his birth because he was a king. And what they're doing is they're making everybody a king every year. Hey, it's my birthday. What are you going to do for me, for me, for me? Anyway, so the American flags are shredded, right? Right. Just nod. So he's Batman. When he goes down, when Trump is removed, America will fall. And like that lady said the other day, the QAnon lady, whatever happens in America will happen in the world. And then she goes, oh, I mean, the good stuff, all the good things that happen. Yeah. We busted her on that. We busted her wide open. You'd have to go back and watch it. We broke it down. But so he's telling you that he's Bruce Wayne. He's telling you that Batman has always been the Illuminati's Antichrist. And I showed y'all the Batman Contagion. Batman Contagion comic book. Literally, it says Contagion.
According to Wikipedia, Contagion is the name of a story arc that ran through the various Batman comic book series.
Folks, this has all been the plan by the Ghost in the Machine for a very long time. Cover of Batman Contagion, 1996. You don't have to like it, but you got to love it. It's always been the plan. I just saw a guy break down today that Madonna did a video. I guess I should find that for you, where she did not a video, but before this, with people with masks on her stage. And they all had a crown or a wreath on their head, a corona. I mean, hang on, I'll get it. Well, here's Madonna. They had a wreath, which is what corona means, crown or wreath, wearing the mask. This is in 2019. Eurovision Song Contest, May 14th, which is what? 72 years to the day that they put Israel as its own nation. Yes, they love that day. Big day for them. Remember, we're not to have anything to do with that land over there now. All the promises to Abraham concerning Israel have been fulfilled through Christ. That is Galatians 3:16 and Galatians 3:29. And I've done a study on that also. let's try to find the actual.
pandemic. We now know there are
All right, so 200 days and 1 days before the outbreak, Eurovision Song Contest, May 14th, 2019. Yeah, I did a screenshot of that. I mean, I took the picture of that and I showed y'all that. So here's Madonna. And you'll know Madonna really just stands for Lucifer. And the X, of course, X-Men is about Lucifer, Satan. That's why she then changed her name to Madam X there for a little bit. So you see them all with the wreath on their head. Is that twins? She's not giving us the 2 Trumps, is she? Where'd they come from? Anyway, she eventually turns and wipes them all out. Well, is it twins again? Boy, they are giving us the twins, aren't they? The 2 Trumps. And look what popped up. How did Trump pop up? Did y'all see Trump's face pop up? I have no idea how that happened. That was weird. All right. Anyway, you're getting the twins, the 2 Trumps, the Twin Towers. The 2 Trumps go down and one rises back up later. The Dark Knight rises. Well, when does he rise? When will Trump go into hiding? What's that all about? Well, what will be taking place? Revelation 11:7. The beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit, the dark night rises. What did Bruce Wayne rise? He rose up out of that pit. It was like a vertical tunnel, literally, when you watch the movie. But I already showed you the scene. You saw it. You got the twins. Are you kidding me? So we go back to Pet Goat2. We're all over the place, right? Because I don't have ADHD, okay, but I got some issues. I might be ADD. I got something going on. All right, let's focus this in. Let's bring this home for everybody, okay? When you watch Pet Goat2, let's just go through it and see what leads up, because could it be written in order? Might not be. Revelation isn't written in order. See the I am Q, I am Q, I, that's the letter I, and that's the letter M, and that's the letter Q. I am Q, I am Q, I am Q, I am Q. QAnon is the ghost in the machine. It is Satan in the computer as artificial intelligence. Now, all artificial intelligence could be all different types of fallen angels in the technology. Like Alexa might have been another demonic entity or fallen angel entity. I don't know. When I do that Google search and it speaks back to me, whatever. They can't harm me. They have to follow the laws of the world right now. And if I need help with something, they're going to have to give it to me. You know, don't be of that world, but we do live in that world. So I am Q. So definitely telling you that I am QAnon, and I did this. Well, that just tells you that QAnon is computer, nothing more than the ghost in the machine, just like what orchestrated this. So let's keep going. So in the map, it had the oil spill out in the Gulf. It had the devastating Katrina hurricane. It had something, I don't know. It had the Oklahoma City bombing. It had, that's 9/11. So what they're telling you is we did all this. We orchestrated every bit of this. There's nothing they didn't orchestrate. That's when my mom was dying, by the way. When my mom took her last breath, they were trying to fix that oil spill out in the Gulf. She died May 6th, 2010. So you can just do that search right there on that. I'll never forget it. There's the IMQ right in the background. So it even really gives it to you quite largely. IMQ. They're just straight up telling you in big, bold letters, IMQ. You can't make this stuff up, folks. You can't make it up. Can't make it up. Leland Jones. But I do apologize. Leland Jones isn't telling you there's no free will, right? That's the main thing. That's what we got to know. Got to know the truth in the Bible. Got to teach it and be hated for it. See the X? The Antichrist takes a wound. It's supposed to be his right eye, according to Zechariah 11:17. Just like the Bible verse of climbing out of the pit is 11:7. So it's 1117 or 117 for both. And I was told that's October and November, and that's December by something Ed, Theology Ed. Theology Ed's got some pretty good stuff. But it's got the X, and in Zechariah 11:17 talks about how the arm is dead or so forth, and that arm is slumped. Theology Ed showed that. It's got the X, and it's not the left eye. I mean, it's not the right eye, it's the left eye. So, and of course, some of y'all commented that, you know, they change things up, they do things in reverse. Not to be too obvious. So we get that. We were going to go to Zechariah. See, that's 11:7. Now we're going to go to 11:17. The idol shepherd, not Jesus, our shepherd, but the Antichrist would be the idol shepherd. His arm shall be clean dried up. His right eye shall be utterly darkened. And of course, Madonna, where's the patch? Where is Madonna? Did we lose her already? Twins. Could you believe that? Twins. Again. Two twins references. Her patch is over her left eye. Right eye shall be clean dried up. She's got the patch over the left, not to make it too obvious. And I guess in Pet Goat2, it's over the left, not to make it too obvious. I remember the girl named Linda Left Eye Lopez. She was, ooh, they got two Madonnas. Well, come on, where'd it go? Twins. Wow. Freaky. And she later puts them all out. Like she throws them all, like she does something and they all just fall. Corona, crown. Oh, that was one thing I was going to show you. Corona means crown.
Here is some information for what is the etymology of the coronavirus disease name? According to en.wikipedia.org, the name coronavirus is derived from Latin corona, meaning crown or wreath, itself a borrowing from Greek. Coroni, corone, garland, wreath.
Ooh, I need to show that to MRA 319, because it said something then Greek. Garland, wreath, crown. Garland, wreath, crowned. Garland. Images. That's what they're wearing. They're wearing the corona. The garland. That's my son. Hang on just a second. Got to talk to my son. Love him. Always good chatting with my son, who I love very much. And we made plans for a time that I don't think will actually be fulfilled. I think all this stuff we're looking at will go down 14 days before it, but we shall see. If not, go Gators. We'll be in Gainesville. So we got what a wreath or garland is. A garland. And Madonna, they had the garland, the corona. So it's the coronavirus. There's no doubt about that. And right here, she just makes a move and they all fall down. Boom, 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 dead. So, don't know what that's about. Don't know if I want to know. So let's continue with Pet Goat. Theology Ed said that was the solar eclipse that took place on 6/21 this year. By the way, you know Trump, when they show all this stuff, immediately they show the stag right over his head. See his upside down pyramid hands that he always sits with, which I've shown 8 billion times. Well, if that's Trump there and that's Trump over there, then are all of these Trump in 2020? Got the stag over his head, y'all. Right over his head. Which, God, I forget what YouTube site that was. That really nailed the stag. Was that Theology Ed too? That really nailed the stag? Might have been. Enter the Stars. I don't mean to ADHD you, but they're doing something tonight. That's going to show you that when Trump's cough, exactly 4 years after he mocked, Hillary mocked, she started making the cough concerning Trump, which came from, they used Trump's pit house in the movie The Devil's Advocate. And they even said the name Donald Trump in the movie The Devil's Advocate. She goes, I think Donald Trump's supposed to be here tonight, but he had an emergency meeting with probably with Mark Zuckerberg or something like that. Well, there's a coughing scene that takes place in The Devil's Advocate. And then Hillary does a coughing mocking, which is an offshoot from when she mentioned Donald Trump's name, she starts coughing. And it's 4 years to the day when she coughed from The Devil's Advocate when Trump got sick. All planned out by what? The Ghost in the Machine. I love Enter the Stars, like their music. I love everything, man. The guy, he's good. He's good. He doesn't understand free will, but I think the Lord's going to obviously wake him up at that right time. You know what I mean? Exactly 4 years after Hillary got pneumonia, Trump gets COVID. She didn't really get pneumonia, did she? Let's go through their video. I'll put it in the, I'll put all these in the, Donald Trump mocks Hillary Clinton over her pneumonia.
These different things.
She didn't really have pneumonia, though.
She's supposed to fight all of these different things.
Interesting. Here's her fake cough. Here it is. Let's blow it up. He's got his volume loud, doesn't he?
I've been talking, so
Always get a little choked up when I think about Donald Trump. I want to get a copyright. Every time I think about Donald Trump, I get a little.
time I think about Trump, I get allergic.
I get allergic. That's what it was. Okay. And he didn't already show the devil's advocate coughing scene. Here's devil's advocate coughing scene.
Constitutionally protected. Religious beliefs.
Here it is.
Your Honor,
And the guy can't stop coughing. Like he can't stop coughing in the movie The Devil's Advocate.
the city was clearly less concerned with the care and feeding of the animals than in the
So Hillary did her fake coughing off of the movie The Devil's Advocate, which was about Donald Trump. And when she did her cough, it was 4 years to the day previous of when Donald Trump said he had. That's basically when he officially received his crown, his corona, which means we are close. That was on the first full moon in October. On the second full moon, I think that's the Day of the Dead.
manner with which they were slaughtered. Objection!
As I know, we can't face our problems.
Anyway, so y'all get the idea of that. That's super interesting. I didn't mean to get off track there. So let's finish up. Pet Goat, Day of the Dead. When we track through Pet Goat2, that's the, oh God, it escapes me. Got Psalm 23 written there. So the American flag is shredded. Well, that hasn't happened yet, and that's way before the Day of the Dead. But is America already fallen? I don't know, because of the coronavirus situation and all of the rioters and all that. Is that just what they meant by that? I don't know. But see, this is winter. This is winter. So I don't think Pet Goat2 is in order, just like the book of, nobody knows the book of Revelation isn't in order. And it's not. But everybody thinks it is. They don't understand that it's told in layers. And I did a very extensive, detailed Bible study on that. And I need to do another one where it's color coded. I should color code it in Excel and make it even more. Revelation Overview Series. It's 2 parts because electricity knocked off the, but I'm glad it did, because it would have been like a 2-hour video. But I take you all the way through when Revelation begins, which it begins at Revelation 6, when Jesus opens the seals. The end times cannot begin until Jesus opens the seals. When Jesus opens the seals, the first seal is the rider on the white horse receiving his crown, his corona. Revelation just begun this past March. The book was opened officially. How freaky is that? So if Pet Goat2 is cryptically not going to be, if this is Satan's version of Revelation, the end times, then it's going to be just like the Revelation. It's going to be the same story told in waves. You've got, because in Revelation, you've got Antichrist, removal of the church, wrath of God. 3 different times. Then you got the Twin Tower event goes down. Well, that happened in 2001, so it's a symbolic event. I guarantee you the Ghost in the Machine did the music also. What do you think? Tower's falling down. And see, because when the towers fall down, when the event takes place, he's already on his boat. Is that the first time we see him on his boat? Do y'all remember me showing y'all that scene? Oh my goodness, in the James Bond movie? Where James Bond literally, let me get that for you. Well, this is my video, Donald Trump Antichrist Part 13 Skyfall 007. He literally, y'all, is going to go through the dragon's mouth, riding on the boat, just like he has a wound over his right eye. James Bond does in this movie. And you see, there's nothing like trying to get to the point, Stokes, because we got stuff to do. So without playing it, because I'm going to be stopping it and talking, he's got a wound over his right eye. He's standing up, y'all, in a boat, just like an Pet Goat2. He's standing up in a boat, just like an Pet Goat2. That's why I was showing Pet Goat2. He's standing up in a boat, just like the Antichrist is standing up in a boat in Pet Goat2. And I showed the Day of the Dead. I guess I kind of figured the Day of the Dead had and he goes through there's his wound over his right eye. There's my cursor. That's my cursor showing you the wound over the right eye. There's Day of the Dead. But y'all, he goes through the mouth of a dragon. Let me show it to you sideways. He rides through the mouth of the dragon, which is what he will be doing when he enters the pit. There he is. He's standing up in a boat, and it rides right through the mouth of that dragon. You tell me that ain't crazy. That's crazy. In Scotland, which is where Trump's mom was from. Come on, just go with it. Hurry up. The mark over his right eye. They purposefully, now from the back view, show you him going through the mouth of the dragon. So this is no... Get on with it. See the mark over his right eye? Yeah, we get it. Most of the movie. We get it. We get it. Because the Antichrist receives a mark over his right eye. The dragon, the transformation, possibly death. Here he is, riding in the boat, right through the mouth of the dragon. On the boat, and the dragon wounded to death and is dead. All right. Anyway, that wasn't annoying. So, when does he begin his boat ride? That means he is dead. That means he's going through his transformation, or goes into perdition. Goes into perdition, Bible verse. Revelation 17:11. Those are, by the way, those are great Bible. That's Revelation 17. Ooh-wee, child, please. Angel White really helped me understand. The beast that was, because Trump was alive, and is not, because now what? Then he's removed. Even he is the 8th, because what? He returns from the deadly wound. But what? He is of the 7. Well, yeah. And goeth into perdition. So when he goes into perdition, that's when he's going through that transformation, rebirth. And James Bond, I showed y'all that, where the guy goes, "What's your hobby?" And he goes, "Rebirth." Straight, you can't make it up. He said rebirth. He said rebirth. I'm all confused. Where are we at right now? What am I showing you? We're going through Pet Goat. Let's just, when do we first see him in the boat? Because that's the first time he's dead. Well, at the next 9/11, he's in the boat. So the next what was 9/11? It was a staged false flag event. So at the next staged false flag event, which will be the assassination of the Donald Trump clone, he will then go through his transformation. Interesting. Then they show Osama bin Laden at the tip of the iceberg, summoning up, like he's summoning up spirits, the moon child. I don't know. Got him working for the CIA, which we all knew. Osama bin Laden was just a made-up character. Good grief. Like, they're actors. You've got, well, that land over there where Jesus roamed, isn't that their star? And you got the Los Estados Unidos, Liberty, Lady Liberty, which really stands for Lucifer, sitting right in the middle of it. Interesting. So now he's going through the rebirth process. And the last time he was born, it was on a full moon. It was a complete lunar eclipse. So he's going through that rebirthing process. Anubis, I think that is. You know, I watched a lot of people break down Pet Goat2, and they all broke it down in different ways, and a lot of different things made sense. But I never felt like it was anything I could ever do. This is the first time I'm ever doing it because of what I was shown today. But if he doesn't go down on the 31st, I wasn't shown anything, was I? So he's going through that transformation process. He's in a trance. He's in a transient state. And of course, he's going through the mouth of the dragon, just like James Bond did. Wow. That's freaky. It's Satan in the computer, isn't it? Is that the ghost in the machine? What? Is that what we're looking at? I don't know. This is crazy. I just want to watch a Gator game. Does that mean he's like in kids' heads, like he's in the technology and kids are all about technology and their brains are fried? I don't know. Got the upside down pyramid, which stands for the female goddess, but clearly a male. But of course, he transformed himself as an angel of light. Lucifer is light. So he's transformed himself into a female, the goddess Venus. Markets will plunge and we will go to war as soon as Trump goes down. Because you saw war go through the eye, right? Watch war. Markets plunge and then war. When Trump goes down, it's the last time you're going to get your toilet paper. It's the last time you're going to get your milk. I already know. I think they're going to come get me. So I don't think I got to worry about having enough food and water. I think it's going to be like, do you think they'll even knock? No. I think they'll come blasting through. So when Trump goes down, war will take place. Looks like a mosque gets hit. So, yikes. Child, please. Y'all, we ain't even at the halfway point yet where the Day of the Dead is. So that's why I'm thinking it's the same story told in layers. His right eye is clean dried up. Oops. That was his arm that was clean dried up. His right eye. How does that verse go again? God, that's bright. His right eye is utterly dark, and his arm his arm doesn't tell you what arm. But that's him. That's that kid. Is that the first time we see that kid? It is. See, they've given a lot of, when you watch these people break down Pet Goat2, they break this down to me, a lot of stuff, and they sounded like they were really right, but I'm somehow thinking this could be Trump, and I don't think I've ever heard that from anybody before. And it might not be. I'm talking out of my... That's a right eye. It's a right eye. It's a right eye. It's a lot of hair. It's not blonde hair. I don't know what this is. This looks like demonic avatar. I don't know. War. I don't know. See those red eyes, man. That's some voodoo stuff there. And we're getting close to that middle part we were telling you about. It looks like Russia. What's the Earth's population right now? What is the population of the Earth?
In 2018, the population of Earth was 7,594,270,356.
That's all you're giving me? That's the latest? 7.8 billion. 2 billion people are going to die according to Revelation 6:8, if you believe in things like the Bible, like I do. So, is that Russia going down? I don't know. Yeah, we're getting close. We're not there yet because the Day of the Dead thing. So War, white flag. I think that tiger on the back was they broke that down. Does it either stand for China or Korea? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Let's don't waste our time. This video is way too long. She turns around. We're right here at the middle, right? Now we're at the very middle of the video. And I think that's just saying when he gets popped. Now you're saying like, well, the war's already begun. I know, but I think this is told in layers. I think this is told in layers. I don't think it's in exact order, just like Revelation is not in order. Once you start at Revelation 6, it starts to tell a story. And then it tells it again. And then it tells it again. With certain chapters having their own thing, like chapter 12 kind of has its own thing going on. Bomber on the Day of the Dead. So he's in that transient state. The first time we saw him in the boat, the 9/11 event took part. Yes, that's when those towers collapsed, which meant the next 9/11, which is what this is supposed to be about. Which means the next big false flag that changes everything. Remember, 9/11 was about the two Trumps coming down. That's what it was about. And why is it 9/11? Why did they do it on 9/11? Because of Revelation 9/11. The angel of the bottomless pit. I do not like it when people go, that's Jesus's birthday. They're making, you don't no more know that than the man in the moon. So just stop it. And people go like, well, you don't know how they are. They like making fun of. Doesn't matter. Just because we know they like making fun of Jesus doesn't mean that 9/11 is Jesus's birthday. You're drawing a conclusion from way out in left field. They like 9/11 because of this Bible verse. Period. You don't know when Jesus was born, and neither do I, and we're not going to. They had a king over them. It's an angel. It's Satan. Abaddon in Hebrew, and Apollyon in the Greek. Abaddon in Hebrew means
Abaddon.
Abaddon. I don't know. I don't want to waste your time. It's Satan, no matter what they tell you. Both words mean destroyer or destruction. Okay. Anyway. Where were we? My first ever Pet Goat2 breakdown. Got that pyramid. We have a pyramid on the back of our dollar bill. We have an obelisk facing the dome in Washington, D.C., just like they do at the Vatican. And everybody's like, God blesses America. This is God's country. These people are so stupid. The sheep have one nation, and it's Israel. Israel is the church, and the church is Israel. It is not that land over there anymore. It is just the church. The church is Israel, and Israel is the church per Acts 7:38. Satan in the computer. That's my take. I don't know. The dragon. See, they by the way, they have names at the Heliofont website. Heliofont website. And Helio, it's all about sun. When you break that down, Heliofont, sun, Helio. See the eclipse? That's like the full, that's like a solar eclipse. And that's like a, I don't know. Somebody broke that down too. It was excellent. When you go to iPet Goat, they give you the characters. Gallery, Fire of Truth. That's called Lily. Oh, Lily. You have to have watched the Munsters. Sun Tzu. The whirling heart of the Islam awakened to the one true God. He is free and needs no control. That is Juan Pepito. Madam Q. QAnon. Q. These QAnon people, they just don't know. They don't know. It's because the Lord don't love them. Unless he pulls them out of it, then he loves them. He's called Prey. Skullduggery. But what is the name of the dragon? Oh, it's Draco. Draco. The sorcerer, the unseen hand, the spirit of madness, seeking ever more control through trickery, lies, poisons, false flag events. It's Satan. Okay. He fears the light of day, operates in the shadows. His greatest power is his hold on the insurance of currency. Satan. It's Ghost in the Machine. He's in the technology. That's what that's about. Did y'all see that all-seeing? Did he just pop off with the all-seeing eye? Was that me? Did y'all see that in like a split second? Reptilian eye, all-seeing eye. Reptilian. Okay. Tormenting. I don't know. I don't get what's taking place there. I mean, is that when people take the mark? Because I tell you that the Ghost in the Machine is the mark of the beast. So he's now, of course, it'll be all the fallen angels will be going into all the humans. So here's the very end, I guess. It's not the very end. We're barely halfway through. Good grief. Well, I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'll put it in the comments, obviously. There's a big explosion that's about to take place. It's about to be like a nuclear. Well, it's the spirit of Antichrist coming right up through there. I wonder if this is the abomination that causes desolation to look like a nuclear event, because that's when Jesus said, when you see the abomination that causes desolation, do not go back and get anything in your house. Run. That's him. That's the Antichrist. Transcending. On when? The Day of the Dead. Because didn't we just see? Well, maybe that was my cursor that showed that. That was my cursor that showed that. I can't let it play too long. We'll get a copyright. Ghost in the machine. He's in the technology. When you take the mark, you're no longer you. That's why you can't turn back. That's why you can't repent, because you've uploaded demonic entities into your body. And that's why they get torment day and night. For it only you have to watch it on my playlist. Hell is not eternal torment. The only people, or the only entities that receive eternal torment are the fallen angels. It says, specifically says, those that take the mark, along with the beast, the false prophet, and Satan. Well, the beast and the false prophet are just like those that took the mark. They're no longer them. Trump is Trump now. He won't be when he returns. His body will be an avatar for Satan, or the false prophet will. Trump will be possessed. I don't know. So, okay, so he is. There's the Day of the Dead. So Day of the Dead, what follows? Trump's transcendence. He gets shot. Y'all, I think October 31st is a day to be looking at very seriously. I ain't naming dates. I ain't saying for sure. I've seen people do it. It's a death trap. It's a death trap. It's a suicide. That's old Bruce Springsteen, didn't it? But I think that's what they're showing us. Whether it happens or not, it's another story. But I think that's what they're showing us. Wound over the right eye. Is it Trump's hair? No, but they wouldn't give us that, would they? It's thick. They wouldn't give us the blonde. They wouldn't do that. It's too obvious. There's the full moon. Ooh, there's the full moon of October 31st. Oh my goodness. Man. Is this freaking y'all out? I need a cigarette. I don't even smoke. Do y'all know what whirling dervishes are? I can't spell. I never could. The whirling dervish has always been a dance for the Antichrist. You just never knew it. You just never knew it.
Yeah. Essentially, it is a form of attraction.
Yep. What is it exactly? Whirling dervish dance.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Sufi whirling is a form of physically active meditation which originated among certain Sufi groups.
And of course, meditation is of the damned. You don't do meditation. It's when you open up it's when you're opening up to demonic entities. Well, just to show you, I don't believe any of this is 100%. I'm still going to work tomorrow, because if I was 100% sure all this is happening, would I go to work tomorrow? Are you kidding me? Heck no. Good grief, no, man. I would pack up my car, get gone, throw that cell phone in the lake, and pay for some condo on the beach like a year in advance, and just and stay completely unplugged Child, please, child, please. People worried about a vaccine. I've been telling people all that stuff ain't nothing but what? A psyop for the mark of the beast. It's a clue to where he's at or where it will take place. Beast out of the sea. He's on the water. Anyway, that's pretty much it. He is the Antichrist. That's when they burned the whore, which they already showed you that when they took Notre Dame down. When Notre Dame went down, it went down the exact same way, but it was just symbolic of what's to come. So anyway, pyramids, back your dollar bill, sun god. I don't know. Child, please. Child, please. All right. Anyway, love y'all very much.